That's it. That's it.
Backed up into the toilet. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all part two. Story time on how I had the clumps try to squat in one of my Airbnbs. If you're considering doing Airbnb or you already do Airbnb, do you know that squatters are not a normal thing? Most cases, you get regular people who just look for a clean, safe space to lay their head while they're traveling. However, every blue moon, you will get trifling, nasty people like these who think that your Airbnb is going to be their new home.
Hello everyone, I hope all is well. Now that is precisely what I was thinking. They moved into this woman's house and they are freaking nasty. These are the perils of having an Airbnb though.
So initially, how I found out that they was trying to squat was they had messed up the toilet. These, I'm trying not to call them idiots, but that's what they were. They put like literal washcloths down the toilet.
I do believe these people were homeless due to their inconsiderate, trashy behavior. Because if they could have done this to her apartment in just a few hours of being there, from how things appear, they might have been evicted. Recently evicted.
How you do that, I don't even know. But my maintenance man had to come look at the toilet. And so something in my mind was like, you need to go and just look at the apartment and make sure everything was okay. When I got there, this is what I saw. When I tell y'all, these was the nastiest. Oh my gosh, they were so nasty, these people. I had never seen anything like this. Look at how much stuff they had accumulated. Mind you, they were only there for like 2 days. So you already know, as soon as I seen what they was trying to do.
Listen, these types of situations really calls for an exercise in self-control. She's better than me.
I was like, y'all immediately gotta get the heck up out of here. Look at them. Ain't no way. They only booked the stay for 4 or 5 days. Ain't no way you thought you needed this for 4 to 5 days. They have moved another bed in there.
Yeah, the nasties moved in another bed into that woman's apartment. You see how presumptuous these people are?
You like they were not normal people. When I say they wasn't normal people,
I can
mean
slide on the floor
demons.
from the amount of grease
This is
that's
how
on the
nasty the floor was greasy. Like I was sliding around. That's how disgusting it was in that room. I can laugh about it now, but during this, baby, I was calling them people everything but a child of God. Because I don't live nasty, right? So I was never used to seeing people live this nasty. I have multiple Airbnbs and I have never had guests like this before, right? I've heard about it, I've seen it, but I've never had guests like these. And it's like you do get occasional guests, right, who are nasty or who damage the towels or, who are not as clean. You know what I'm saying? Like that comes with doing Airbnb. I'm used to that. But the amount of filth, my poor maintenance man, he was just like, what the hell? Look at that. It had backed up into the toilet. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all part two. So yes, unfortunately, I had to call APD to get them out of the apartment because they were not leaving at this point, and I'm about to give y'all the rest of the story, so just stay with me, y'all.
Hello. Officer Brown, police department. How y'all doing? Good. Hey, there's a parent here and an adult.
So I did have to call the police on them. So initially, when they first got there, right, I get a call from the mom, and the mom is like, oh, everything looks great. The apartment looks just like the pictures. Everything's so clean. We love it. And we're actually thinking about extending our stay. First red flag, right? And so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm like, that's great that you love everything. And so I asked her, I was like, how long are you thinking about extending your stay for, right? And so she was like, oh, probably another 2 weeks.
2 weeks. They were going to turn themselves into long-term tenants, aka squatters.
Or something. We're not too sure yet. We're just trying to see what we're gonna do. Mind you, the apartment was already booked up by other guests for the next like 2 weeks. So they wasn't gonna be able to stay for another 2 weeks anyways. But could you imagine what that apartment would have looked like had I let them stay for another 2 weeks? So I let her know, I'm like, well, we'll see what the schedule is looking like closer to y'all checkout. Mind you, I said they was only supposed to be there for like 4 or 5 days, so not a long stay at all. So a day goes, so that day, the rest of that day goes by, nothing. Another day goes by, nothing. On the third day, I get a call at like probably like 8:30, 9, something like that in the morning, and it's from the mom. And so the mom, she's like, yeah, something's going on with the toilet. It's not flushing and it's backing up into the tub. Never had no issues with the toilet or the tub before. This is the first time. It's a brand new tub. It's a brand new toilet. Everything in that apartment was brand new. All the appliances, everything was brand new. And so I'm like, that's odd. I'm like, were you guys stuffing things down the toilet? Like, how did it?
Listen, if this is not uncivilized behavior, I don't know what the hell is. And they seem like, teenagers. They're not toddlers. What the hell could they have thrown into her toilet to cause it to clog?
Started to overflow. She's like, no, we weren't doing anything. It just started overflowing after my son went to the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, let me call my maintenance guy over there to come check everything out. So I called a maintenance guy over there. I'm like, hey, they saying there's something wrong with the toilet. Can you go check it out? But in the back of my mind, I'm like, let me get dressed and head over that way just to take a peek and make sure everything is okay. Because something was telling me in the back of my mind, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Something about these people is weird. Let me just go and see, right? So, about an hour later, because the maintenance guy, he got there before me. So about an hour later, I call him, right? I'm already en route to the apartment, but I just called the maintenance guy because I'm like, I haven't heard him say anything, and I just want to make sure and really see if I need to go over there or not. And so he like, it's a mess. It's terrible. These people got this toilet. It's just a mess. And so I'm like, oh, God. So at that point, I'm not too far from the apartment, so I just instantly like, okay, yeah, I have to pull up, of course. When I walked into that apartment and I seen all of that stuff in there, I was like, wait a minute, what the heck is going on? I was like, I was at a loss for words, right? And tell me why. This is how you know that this is what they do. Like, they're professional squatters, right? Because why when I walk in, the mama on YouTube looking up how to fix a toilet? I'm like, you messed stuff up. Talking about, I'm like, I got a whole plumber here and you looking up on YouTube how to fix a freaking toilet? Because you know that you messed it up. So, okay, I'm trying to speed this up. So I'm like, I'm not trying to hear none of that she talking about, right? She trying to show me videos. Oh, all you have to do is this. It says here that all you have to do is turn this valve. I'm like, girl, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Y'all gotta get up out of here. That was my exact words, right? Because I was still trying to keep it cute at this point. So I'm like, y'all gotta get up out of here, period, right? So the mom, you could tell, like I said, you could tell that this is what they do, right? Because the mom was like, she was like, okay, well, let me try to call somebody to come pick us up.
From this type of behavior, one can assume that they are evicted quite often. Because this is who they are. This is their normal. Nasty. This is how they behave. This is how they live.
Mind you, I said it was a mom, a dad, and 3 kids. The dad, I don't know where the dad was. They said the dad was at work. Whatever. Mom just sitting her big back self in the room, laid up in the bed, eating cereal. Okay? So, I'm like, do whatever you gotta do, but y'all gotta get up out of here. So tell y'all, so at that point, I started walking around. I seen how it was a bed in there. One of the girls in there laying, girl, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really trying to tell this story, and I'm just thinking about what I was seeing when I went in there. It was so crazy, right? So at this point, ain't no more talking. Like, y'all gotta get out of here, period. So this is the crazy part. So the mom, right, she like, let me try to go walk to the gas station to see if somebody can pick us up. I'm like, you got a whole cell phone. What do you need to walk to the gas station for, right? Craziness. So she tells the kids to start packing stuff up. And I'm kicking stuff. I'm throwing their stuff out the door. I'm like, y'all got to get up out of here. I'm like, y'all, I'm about to help y'all pack this stuff up because it's ridiculous. So, the mom walks out, y'all. Why the mama leave? The mama leaves saying that she about to go walk to the gas station. So she leaves. So it's me, my plumber, and the 3 kids at this point. Y'all, why, when everything was happening, why the mama never came back? The mom never came back. When I tell y'all I never seen her again, she never came back. So the mama leave, the kids is packing up the stuff, and at this point, this is when I'm going through and doing all of the videos and stuff, just showing y'all how nasty it was. It's food everywhere. It stank. The kids is like, they packing up, right? They like, this is what they do. The kids is used to it. They just like, on to the next spot. So the kids packing up their stuff. Meanwhile, I'm going off on them while telling them to get out. Okay. So then, as they're packing their stuff up, I'm like, somebody gotta come get y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I need these people to be out so I can get my cleaners in here to get this place fixed. And so the kids, they moving slow as they lagging. It's just pissing me off just even thinking about how they was just acting in that apartment. But anyways, I'm like, y'all gotta get out. The oldest girl, she like, let me call my dad, see where my dad is, and maybe my dad can come. I'm like, you gotta call somebody. You gotta call somebody, because if not, I'm gonna call the police, because it's just me in here with 3 of somebody else's kids. The mama done disappeared. The places are already a mess. Y'all got months. Y'all got a whole house in this 2-bedroom apartment. It's 5 of y'all. It's only supposed to be 4 of y'all. Y'all already done broke all the rules. I want y'all to get out. Y'all ain't moving. Y'all moving slow as heck. Like, get out of here. So I called the police. Like, maybe the police can like be a helping hand to get these people out of this freaking apartment. So let me wrap this up. So the police come. And the police is like, technically, we can't just throw them outside on the street. And I'm like, why not? I'm like, this is my apartment. My name is on the lease. Like, they're trespassing at this point, no? And so the police is like, okay, give them an hour, let the dad show up and get the rest of their stuff out. And then if they don't leave in an hour, call us, we'll come back. I only got a few seconds left. So, long story short, the dad shows up. The dad just is sloppy and trifling. Girl, and then I told y'all that they all packed up in a clown car and left. The dad shows up in this old broken down truck. The truck is missing a window. He got a trash bag in the window. I'm like, what the hell? What type of people? Girl.
I said what I said.